Hello and welcome. Today I'm speaking to you from my home, on the hill. It is mid-winter here and the landscape is completely covered in snow. Everything is white, quiet and still. The cold is strong and constant. For the past days, the temperature has stayed around minus 10 degrees Celsius. It changes how you move, how you plan your day, and how long you can stay outside. The air feels sharp and dry. Breathing feels different. Your body reacts faster, and your limits become very clear. Every morning, I wake up with a list of things I want to do. I want to continue isolating the Hobbit house. I want to organize the workshop. I want to bring in firewood and prepare materials for future projects. But winter decides how much of that is possible. I usually work outside for 10 or 15 minutes. Then my fingers become numb. My face starts to burn from the cold, and my body tells me it's a time to stop. I bring a few logs inside, light the stove, and return to warmth. In the past, I used to say the winter is easier than summer. In winter, you can always add another layer of clothes. In summer, when it's too hot, there is nothing you can do. But this winter feels different. It is colder and longer, and instead of pushing against it, I decide to work within. Accepting the winter rhythm. Many people imagine solar punk as green cities, advanced technology, and clean energy systems. But at its core, solar punk is about understanding natural cycles and learning how to live inside them. Winter is not a failure of nature. It is not a pause by mistake. It is necessary phase. It is the time when the system slows down to recover. Here on the hill, winter teaches patience. It teaches limits. It reminds you that rest is part of productivity, not the opposite of it. This cold also has practical benefits. The long freeze acts as a natural cleaning process. Parasites, insects, and harmful pests cannot survive extended periods of deep frost. Their eggs in the soil are destroyed. These reduce problems in the garden during spring and summer. Without chemicals or intervention, nature corrects itself. What happens beneath the snow? From the outside, winter looks empty. The trees have no leaves. The ground is frozen. Everything seems inactive. But this is only what we see on the surface. Under the snow, the situation is very different. Snow works as isolation. A layer of about 30 centimeters of snow protects the soil from the extreme air temperature. Even when the air is minus 10 degrees, the soil temperature below the snow often stays between minus 1 and plus 2 degrees Celsius. This creates a stable microclimate. Inside this protected layer, life continues. Bacteria slow down, but fungi remain active. The mycelium network under the soil continues to break down organic matter. Old leaves, wood, and plant matter are transformed into nutrition. This process does not stop in winter. In some cases, it becomes more efficient. This underground activity prepares the soil for spring. Nutrition are stored, structure is maintained, moisture is preserved. The system is quietly getting ready for growth. This is one of the most important lessons from nature. Progress does not always look active. Sometimes progress is invisible. Preparation instead of pressure. Even when the land looks asleep, preparation continues. Inside the house, near the window, tomato seeds are already planted in small pots. The greenhouse is checked and repaired. Tools are cleaned and organized. Plans are adjusted. This is not rushing the season, it is respecting it. You do not wait for spring to start preparing. You prepare during winter so that when conditions are changed, you are ready. This applies to farming, building, and life in general. In a sustainable system, effort is spread across the year. You do not try to do everything at once. You work with the timing that nature provides. A practical solar punk vision. Imagine if our home and communities worked this way. Buildings designed to use earth isolation, like the Hobbit house. Stay cool in summer and warm in winter with minimal energy. Snow is not treated as a problem, but as protection for the soil and the future water source. When snow melts slowly, it penetrates deep into the ground. Nothing is wasted. In a solar punk future, technology supports this natural process. Water is collected, stored, and reused. Waste becomes input. Gardens are designed not only for humans, but for birds, insects, and animals. Loss is accepted as part of balance. Some plants fail so others can succeed. This is not inefficiency, this is resilience. The return of the light. One important detail: give hope during the coldest days. The light is returning. The winter solstice was past. Each day, daylight increased by a few minutes. The change is small, but consistent. Nature always works in small steps. This freezing period allows the land to rest. Without winter, soil would become exhausted. Pests would multiply. Cold is not an enemy of life. It's a part of its regulation system. The same principle applies to people. Periods of low energy or slow progress are not failures. They are phases of internal preparation. A simple conclusion: soon the snow will melt, water will sink into the soil, trees will wake up, seedlings will move from windowsill into the greenhouse, and later into the garden. Nothing is wasted. Winter feeds spring. The future is not something that appears suddenly. It is built slowly, even during frozen days. Thank you for spending this time with me on the hill. Stay warm, stay patient, and remember, even when everything looks white and still, growth is already happening underground.